The Odegu family had always been known for two things: their twin daughters, Adanna and Amarachi, and their never-ending financial troubles. Adanna and Amarachi were identical in appearance: flawless ebony skin, sharp cheekbones, and hypnotizing dark eyes. But inside, they were nothing alike. Adanna was their parents' golden child, graceful, well-mannered, and loved by all. Amarachi, on the other hand, was the unwanted one, wild and stubborn, struggling to survive in the harsh streets of Lagos. Their father, Chief Odegu, owed billions to Alhaji Ibrahim, a ruthless billionaire. Desperate to save themselves, their parents had forced Adanna into marriage with Ibrahim's son, Kola Ibrahim, a man rumored to be wicked and heartless. At first, Adanna resisted, but when she realized how deep their father's debt was, she agreed. The marriage was a grand affair, with Adanna dressed in the most expensive Ankara lace, dazzling in its gold and blue patterns. She looked happy on the outside, but inside, she was dying. 3 months into the marriage, she vanished. She had run away with her secret lover, an upcoming musician, leaving behind nothing but a note: "I refuse to be a slave. Find another way to solve your problems." The Odegu family was thrown into chaos. Chief Odegu and his wife, Lolo, sat in their living room, their faces dark with worry. "If we don't do something, Kola Ibrahim will destroy us," Lolo whispered. Chief Odegu turned to Amarachi, who was sitting at the corner of the room, wearing a faded Ankara gown. "You will take her place." Amarachi's eyes widened. "What? You heard me. You and Adanna look the same. No one will know she's gone." Amarachi laughed bitterly. "So, when it was time to marry a billionaire, you gave Adanna. But now that she has run away, you remember you have another daughter." Lolo slapped her. "You will do as we say." Amarachi touched her burning cheek, her heart pounding. "And what if I refuse?" Chief Odegu's face turned cold. "Then you will die in poverty." She swallowed hard. What choice did she have? The next morning, she was dressed in Adanna's expensive Ankara dresses and taken to the Ibrahim mansion. Amarachi stood at the entrance of the Ibrahim mansion, her stomach twisting with fear. The man she was about to deceive, Kola Ibrahim, was feared by many. People whispered that he was a monster who controlled his family's billion-dollar business with an iron fist. The door opened, and there he was, tall, dark, and dangerously handsome. Kola's presence was intimidating. His black Ankara shirt, designed with intricate red embroidery, made him look like a king. For a long moment, he simply stared at her. Then, to her shock, he pulled her into a tight embrace. "I thought I lost you," he whispered, his voice filled with emotion. Amarachi froze. This wasn't the reaction she expected. As she stepped into the house, pretending to be Adanna, she realized something shocking. Kola Ibrahim was not the monster everyone thought he was. He was a man deeply in love with his wife. And now, she, the unwanted twin, was trapped in the biggest deception of her life. Amarachi sat stiffly on the luxurious leather couch, her hands gripping the edge of her Ankara gown. She felt out of place in this mansion filled with wealth she had never known. Kola Ibrahim sat across from her, his intense eyes watching her every move. "You've changed," he said suddenly. Her heart skipped a beat. "What do you mean?" He leaned forward, studying her. "You're different. Before, you never looked me in the eyes. Now, you do." Amarachi forced a smile. "People change." Kola nodded slowly but didn't look convinced. That night, in the grand bedroom she now shared with him, Amarachi lay on the large bed, her body tense. She had expected a cold, brutal husband. Instead, Kola was kind, almost gentle. She thought about Adanna. Her sister had always complained about how Kola didn't understand her. How he was controlling and suffocating. But what Amarachi saw was a man desperate for love. Why had Adanna lied? And more importantly, could Amarachi keep up this deception without falling into a trap of her own? Days turned into weeks, and Amarachi settled into her new life as Adanna. She played the role carefully, trying to act like her sister, but deep inside, she was struggling. Kola noticed. "You don't complain about food anymore," he said one evening as they sat at dinner. "You used to hate spicy pepper soup, but now you eat it like you love it." Amarachi smiled. "I guess I've adapted." He chuckled. "And you never used to laugh at my jokes. But now, you do." Amarachi felt her throat tighten. He was watching her too closely. And then came the worst part, she was starting to like him. One night, as they lay in bed, he pulled her close, his breath warm against her skin. "I love you, Adanna," he murmured. Amarachi's chest tightened. She wasn't Adanna. And this was a lie that could destroy everything. But before she could figure out what to do, the unthinkable happened. Adanna returned. Amarachi woke up to the sound of shouting. She rushed downstairs, her heart pounding, only to stop dead in her tracks. There, standing in the middle of the living room, was Adanna. Dressed in a stylish red Ankara gown, her sister's eyes burned with fury. "You!" Adanna spat, pointing a finger at Amarachi. "You took my life. My husband." Kola's expression shifted from confusion to shock. He looked at Amarachi, then back at Adanna. "What the hell is going on?" His voice was dangerously calm. Chief Odegu and Lolo rushed in behind Adanna, their faces filled with fear. "I can explain," Amarachi whispered. But before she could say another word, Adanna turned to Kola, tears in her eyes. "I'm your wife. She's an imposter." Silence. Then Kola did something no one expected. He turned to Amarachi. "Tell me the truth," he said, his voice low. "Who are you?" Amarachi's heart pounded. If she told the truth, Kola would hate her. If she lied, Adanna would expose her. No matter what she chose, the impossible deception was about to shatter. Amarachi felt the weight of Kola's stare, his dark eyes burning into her soul. "Who are you?" he asked again, his voice controlled but laced with quiet danger. Adanna smirked. "Tell him, sister. Tell him how you stole my life." Amarachi clenched her fist. She had been forced into this mess, and now she was about to take the fall alone. She looked at Kola, her chest tight. "I am not Adanna." Gasps filled the room. Lolo collapsed onto a chair, clutching her chest. Chief Odegu covered his face in shame. Kola didn't move. He didn't even blink. "So, who are you?" "Amarachi," she whispered. "Adanna ran away, and our parents forced me to take her place. If I refused, they would have let your family ruin me." Kola exhaled slowly and turned to Adanna. "And you? You ran away and left your sister to suffer for you." Adanna folded her arms. "I never asked her to replace me." Lolo shut up, her voice shaking. "You ungrateful child. You abandoned us. Do you know what would have happened if Amarachi didn't step in?" Adanna rolled her eyes. "So you thought deceiving Kola was the best solution? How long did you think you could keep up the lie?" Kola raised a hand, silencing everyone. Then, he turned to Amarachi. "Did you ever love me?" Her breath hitched. She hadn't expected that question. She could lie and say no. She could pretend none of this mattered to her. But looking into his eyes, she knew the truth. "I didn't plan to," she said softly, "but, yes." Adanna scoffed. "Oh, please. You fell for him. Do you think he would choose you over his real wife?" Kola's jaw tightened. "No, you're not. Not anymore." Adanna's eyes widened. "What?" Kola looked back at Amarachi. His expression was unreadable, but his words shook her to the core. The woman I fell in love with is Amarachi. The tension in the room was suffocating. Adanna's face twisted with rage. You can't do this to me, she screamed. I was your wife first. Kola's face remained expressionless. You were my wife in name only. You never loved me. Tears spilled down Adanna's cheeks, but Kola had already made up his mind. He turned to Chief Odigu and Lolo. Your greed caused all this. Amarachi suffered because of you. Chief Odigu swallowed hard, unable to meet his eyes. Lolo sobbed silently. Then Kola faced Amarachi. Come with me. She blinked. What? He extended his hand. I don't care how we got here. I just know that I want you. The real you. Stay with me. Amarachi's heart pounded. She had never been anyone's first choice before. Slowly, she placed her hand in his. Adanna let out a bitter laugh. You'll regret this, she spat. Both of you. But Kola didn't even look at her. Instead, he pulled Amarachi into his arms, whispering, it was always supposed to be you. And for the first time in her life, Amarachi felt truly seen.